Hello folks and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 Conquering the Euro with FC Barcelona. Today is time for part 7? Part 6? Part 7? I think it's part 7 of Series 10 of the series. And today we play in the first knockout round, first leg at the Stadium München against Bayern Munich. Going to be a big match away from home. Want to try and get an away goal at least and try and come out with a draw if not a victory. And then we're at home for the home leg of El Clasico. And then in tomorrow's episode, we do the reverse. We're playing against Real Madrid at home again. And then Bayern Munich at home. But not again. But we're playing Bayern Munich again. That was a really bad description. But let's get into the episode. A lot has happened since you guys have last been with me. I said I wanted to go on an extended run of matches. But not really realising how condensed the Copa del Rey is. We've played a lot of matches. You guys last saw me for the Super Cup, which we managed to beat Real Madrid in. And since then, we played 5, 7, 9, 11 matches. And after that Super Cup, we had our first defeat as Barcelona manager. Very sad, I know. But it was just an off day. I think we'd gone on such a good run. We'd beaten Atletico. We'd won the Super Cup. We'd beaten Real Betis. We'd been on such a good run. It had to end at some point. And it was just a complete off day for us. Against Real Sociedad, a 3-0 defeat, and I thought, oh God, here we go. Here's the beginning of the end of our good form. But luckily after that, we had 4 games in January that all went well. 2 Copa del Rey games and 2 League games. We won all of them. We then went into February and beat Alaves 4-0 and tried to get our redemption against Real Sociedad in the 5th round of the Copa del Rey, which is exactly what we did. We went and beat them 2-0, which put us into the semi-final against Real Madrid. That's why we're coming back to play Real Madrid in the next episode, in the home leg of the semi-final of the Copa del Rey. But we lead them 3-1 at the moment. But as you can see, there is a red in there. We got beat by CA Osasuna 2-1. Just a strange result. We are very susceptible, I'm finding, to some of the lower teams. And I don't think it's any sort of coincidence. That's away from home. If you look, we drew against Athletic Club away from home. We drew against Valencia away from home. We haven't dropped any points in any match this year at home. It's all away from home. And we really struggled. We took the lead. They then made it 1 each at half-time, which I thought, okay, not too bad. And then we just couldn't capitalise. We were well and truly FM'd in this match. No question about it. If you look at the stats, 25 shots, 9 on target. XG Farho just didn't do it. And should be really disappointed with that. We then went and beat Mallorca 4-1. And then drew against Steven Gerrard's Celta Vigo. Again, away from home, smaller teams were susceptible. So in theory, we'll probably lose to Bayern Munich because they're a far smaller team than us. But yeah, a lot of matches since you guys have last been with me. And it leaves the table looking like this. 11 points clear of Real Madrid. I don't think I'd be saying at the start of the season, I don't think anybody did, that this title fight is likely to be between us and Valencia. Or maybe more likely ourselves and Atletico. Because I reckon that Valencia will probably slip a little bit towards the end of the year. And it's going to be probably between us and Atletico. But if we keep getting points, keep winning matches, then we've got a really good chance. We're 4 points clear of Valencia at the moment. Would like to have been a bit more clear than that, but you know what? We've been top of the table for a while, and hopefully that is where we'll stay, and hopefully win our first domestic title. But the focus, at least for the start of the episode, turns to the Champions League. Some shocking results, really, so far in this first knockout round. Borussia Dortmund beat Real Madrid 4-0 in the first leg. Real Madrid are having their worst season in 10 years when they finished 4th in the first season it is save. But yeah, they've done really badly. They've recovered slightly, to be fair. They beat Atletico Madrid in their last match in the Ligue. But if you look at this run, the state of this, lost 4-1 to Athletic Club, lost 3-1 to us, of course, lost in the Liga to Valencia, drew to Sporting. It's, they've had some good results, but equally they've had some torrid ones as well. And given we've had such a good season, they're being found out a little bit. And I guess that's the problem with this sort of club. When you start dropping a few points, like, oh, we should win every single match. But that's just never going to happen, is it? But after that ramble, let's get into the first match of 2 today against Bayern Munich. So the team, it rotates a little bit because we've had a big run of games, but it's a very strong squad. We've got Van der Voort in goal with the experience of Jules Koundé at right back. Todibo and Upamecano starts as centre-backs and Timo Schwarz starts at left-back. Our usual central midfield partnership of Sarpong and De Jong with Sancho, Isaac and Casadei in the attacking midfield. And our main man, Sebastian Esposito, up from Phil Foden, unfortunately, is out for this one. I said in the last episode that we should drop him, but my concerns really weren't well founded because he's been one of our best players since. So it's typical that he gets injured the match before this one. pretty much all regens apart from Donnarumma and that midfield. I don't recognise him. I'm not even going to try and pronounce him. But of course, we are, 10 or 11 years into the future now. You'll see that we've got a lot less regens, which I guess highlights the age of our squad. But we have got a very good squad, and I haven't had to do a lot with it. I've just had to implement my way of play and just tell the boys to go for it. And we've done pretty well at that so far. And it seems that against the big sides, your Atletico Madrids of this world, the Real Madrids of this world, that we've done pretty well. We've been up for the matches and we've played well. It's been against the smaller teams, as I've discussed, that we've slipped up against. So I'm hoping we get a good result all the same against Bayern today. As I said, probably take a draw, get an away goal and don't get beat, and I'm happy with that. And Sancho's got an early chance to do that, and I don't know how he managed to miss that. He beat the keeper. I think it just about beat the post as well. But I hope you guys are all good. I am recording this on the day. I got into a good period just after Christmas whereby I got a good week ahead of myself. And unfortunately, that window is gone now. So I'm recording this on the day it comes out. So I hope you're all well. I'm not too bad. It's Saturday. It's the weekend, which always is nice. Upamecano, Sarpong, Isaac, back to Sarpong, good ball through to Sancho. Sancho beats the defender, has another shot. Esposito, though, on the end of it, one of the easiest goals he'll score, because Donnarumma was more focused, of course, on the Sancho shot. He managed to get a hand to it, but it went straight to our star striker, Esposito, who takes his goal-scoring tally to 28 for the season. Good shot from Sancho. Donnarumma very nearly beaten. He only just got a hand to it, but it went right into the palm, if you like, of Esposito, who put it away. So we've got the lead here at the Stadium Munchen. Very nearly making it 2, but a little bit of an easy save there for Donnarumma. And the early signs are pretty good. Not looking at the stats, but looking at the key highlights and the fact that we've had a lot of the, we've had all the highlights so far, would suggest that it's us that are making the chances. Probably the toughest draw in the round, no question, to get Bayern Munich. There's definitely going to be a big Champions League giant that goes out here. There's no question about that. We've got a good chance. We have got a good chance. We're 1-0 up. You can see that our XG has been, until they've just clearly had a good chance. It was far better than those. It's now fairly even, but we've got another chance here. Esposito one-on-one. Not really good enough there, but to be fair, I guess, should the keeper have been beaten from there? I guess that's a question that you can have your own interpretation of, but although Bayern have had chances, they can't be that good because they've not been on the key highlights reel. And it looks like at half-time, we're going to be ahead in Germany. And if we can take a lead going into the match at the Nou Camp, where we are unbeaten for the season, we're doing pretty well. But as I said, I'd take a draw as well. Well, I'd have to take a loss. There's no going back from it, but I'd happily take a draw. Sarpong puts it wide to Sancho. Sancho beats his man. It's been brilliant today. Casadei, nearly beats the keeper, but just comes off the post. We could be 2 or 3 up. We've played really well so far in this first hour. Going to make a substitution though now. I think we'll bring Casadei off for Alzanoya. I've realised that our squad depth maybe isn't as good as I thought. We've got a lot of defensive squad depth, which we actually didn't have at Everton. It's almost the reverse of that. We didn't have much squad depth at all at Everton defensively, but we had it certainly from an attacking point of view. So it's almost like a reverse here. We've got our best attackers. Isaac's a brilliant second choice up front, but we are lacking, I think, in attacking midfield. Jadon Sancho has now gone off with an injury, so although I'd have liked to have brought a defender off, probably Kounde, we can't because Sancho is going to have to go off injured, so we're going to have to make a few changes here. We'll bring Kasongo on for him, and yeah, put Kasongo there. That's absolutely fine. It works out without me having to do any jiggery-pokery. But we're still 1-0 up. It's only a narrow lead, one that, of course, Bayern Munich can action by putting the ball in the net. Thierry Henry punditry there. But Teixeira, Pollak, Jones, some really close chances for both sides, but that was definitely their first chance, and their second chance falls to Alisson Teixeira, and it is now 1 each. I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy we've taken an away goal to the Nou Camp. I just hope that we don't let this slip altogether and lose this match. Sarpong into the box for Alzanoya. Oh dear, Bayern have got a counter-attack now. Jones, can he beat the last defender? One-on-one with the keeper. Oh, brilliant stuff from Todibo. That is excellent clearance off the line. Van der Voort had been beaten, But excellent stuff there from Todibo. Has to get man of the match for that, because he's kept us in the game. And I'm not really too sure what to make of that. Not the most highlights, not the most exciting of matches. But I think, yeah, unlucky it wasn't our night. We played pretty well. I think if the ball had gone the right side, more often than not, we'd have probably won that by 1 or even 2. Jadon Sancho out for a few weeks. That's disappointing. But not a bad match. I'm more than happy with that result as long as we go and do something at home. We're definitely favourites for that second tie with that away goal helping us out. And now we go and host Real Madrid. And I think if we can beat Real Madrid here, we're already 11 points clear of them. Get 14 points clear. And I think that's their final nail in the coffin for them to win La Liga. Ready and raring to go then for El Clasico. Of course, we beat Real Madrid on their own patch at the Bernabeu earlier on in the season by 2-1. And hopefully we can make it a double at the Nou Camp today. A few changes for this game. Phil Foden's back in the side after his injury. We've also got Wilfred and Jota and Bernd Alzenoyer in for Sancho, of course, who's injured. We've rested Isaac and Cassidy because they're very tired. We've also brought in Orlando Montes. It's going to be the first time you see Orlando, I think, because he was injured for the first 6 months. He's a very good player. Can play either in central midfield or on the right wing. Frankie de Jong is very tired, and just knowing that he's 34 years of age, he needs a rest. Joshua Sarpong has got a high injury risk, but he's a young man. He's 21. He can cope with it a bit better than him. You know, it's like making that comparison between Phil Foden now and James Milner. A perfect comparison. Right, but we're playing Real Madrid, of course, back-to-back. I discussed that earlier on in the episode because we're playing them in the second leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final after this match. So that'll be an interesting dynamic. Hopefully we can do the double over them. I mean, obviously the league is the most important thing. If we go out the Copa del Rey, then oh well. But let's hope we don't lose both of them. There is the slight negative point that if we do lose this match, it's not necessarily Real Madrid that are back in the title race. They're still 7 points back. But if Valencia win their match, they're only going to be 1 point away from us. If things go our way, we could be 7 points clear by the end of the day. But let's see what happens. It was a tight match at the Bernabeu when we played them in the away leg of El Clasico. We have played them once again this season. I'm sure we've played them twice. We've played them in that Copa del Rey match. But I feel like we played them elsewhere, but we can't have done. Because it's only the Copa del Rey. We haven't played them in the Champions League. I might be thinking of Liverpool drawing Real for the knockout round of the Champions League. Absolutely no idea. Schwartz, Foden, Sarpong puts it through to Janotto when we get the opener. Wilfred and Jotno. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. And Janonto. There's got to be a really good, efficient way of saying that rather than what I'm doing. But I don't know. Good ball through from Joshua Sarpong. I know how to pronounce Sarpong. That's a bit easier than let's not call him by the shorter version of Wilfred. I was going to say that and then thought, no, I'm not going to do that because somebody's going to pick up on that in the comments. But we've made a very good start. We know that Real Madrid have been below par this year, but, you know, over one match, we've been beat by Osasuna, so it really doesn't matter. Timo Schwartz struggles to do anything, but still holds on to the ball, and he has to shoot in the end, but albeit it's a poor shot. But in the first half an hour, Real Madrid have not had a shot at all. We've been all over them, to be honest. It'd be great to make the most of that. And I'm still struggling. Wilfred we'll call him. Alzenoyer, Foden. Oh, nearly marks his return with a brilliant goal. Generally thought that might have curved in, but as you can see, Real Madrid have finally had a shot. Phil Foden with a corner, 36 minutes in. Nothing comes of it. Alzenoyer, can he give us a second chance on the wing? Put it into the area. Esposito and Silerson. I swear he's a real player. I feel like he's a real player is still going, as is Van der Voort, of course. So, two real goalkeepers. Reina, not Pepe. Mbappe, we all know who he is. Whatyu has got a chance to Real. Poor shot from there. Really poor shot. It was funny, I saw Raheem Sterling in one of the matches. He's over in Spain, and I can't think who he's playing for, but it's somebody like Osasuna or Celta Vigo. Somewhere where you wouldn't expect Raheem Sterling to rock up in his late career. Timo Schwartz, Montes to Alzenoyer. Brilliant ball from Montes to find the space to put Alzenoyer in, but just wide. And this is feeling a little bit like the Bayern Munich match. We're having plenty of chances, plenty of good chances, and we're snatching at them just slightly. We're happy with our performance. You'd take a lead, of course, against Real Madrid in El Clasico. And we're definitely the side that are on top, but it's just all about making that pay. Foden puts the ball into the area. Can't make much of it. I'm going to bring Phil Foden off in a minute because he is back from injury. You can see he's quite tired, so I don't want to aggravate any sort of injury. But a lovely ball from Joshua Sarpong, who supplies Sebastiano Esposito, and we're 2-0 up. What a lovely finish that was. He just fired that ball and made sure that the keeper could get nowhere near it. Just the pace on that was sublime. Absolutely sublime. Look at this. Todibo, Sarpong. I mean, the defenders are having a nap. Esposito comes through. Bang! Bang, bang, bang. 2 yards away from the keeper. He could have slotted it in. He did both. He made sure it went in, but he put some real fire behind that. And we're now 2-0 up against Real Madrid, and the omens looking pretty good here. Of course, if we get a third, I don't mind that. Because if it goes 2-1, then I don't want to say it, but I think you all know what I mean. If it goes 2-1, then it tends to be 2 each. And as sure as you know it, Kylian Mbappe, their number 9, has made it 2-1. I know I've got a full head of hair, but I could start to lose it over the next half an hour because we've definitely been the better side in terms of chances created. But there's one stat that matters at the end of the match, as we know from the matches against Osasuna, Celta Vigo, etc., where we've made a lot of chances and still ended up dropping points on the day. Sarpong, Koundé, Wilfred, Koundé, Sarpong, Wilfred, Isaac, Esposito, Wilfred shoots, it's 3-1. We've got that 2-goal buffer back. I think that might have just finished Real Madrid off. 25 minutes to go. Great stuff. We're going to do a league double, it looks, over Real Madrid. And you would say at this point, as I alluded to before the match, that if we win this one, I think this knocks Real Madrid out of the title race. 14 points away, 11 games to go. You just can't see it for them now. And it looks like it's going to be either us, Atletico, or maybe even Valencia who win the title. But maybe they've got something to say. No, they haven't. Van der Voort was beaten there, but they were beaten just by the post. Come off the post and bounced outwards. We are under a bit of pressure though. No surprise that they are going for it now. Nothing to lose, but that might just kill them off completely because they've had a man sent off. Bit of a reckless challenge. Wilfred is having a brilliant game, so we're going to leave him on. We're going to bring Frankie de Jong on for Josh Sarpong, and we are going to, as we wanted to in a previous game, bring one of our defenders off if it wasn't for Jadon Sancho getting injured. But this has been a great performance against Real Madrid. If we can make this 4-1, that would just put the icing on the cake. Not quite. I mean, any result against Real Madrid, as long as it ends in a green and with 3 points, is icing on the cake. But it is now 4-1. 4-1, ladies and gents, against Real Madrid. You could say, as probably you would at the start of the move to Barcelona, well, you know, they're one of the best sides in the world, you haven't got to do much with them, and that's absolutely true. But Real Madrid should be one of the best sides in the world. And they're down in 4th. And we're going to be 14 points ahead of them. And I think we're going to kick them out of the title race. We'll obviously stay on in this episode to find out how Valencia and Atletico get on in their games to give a true reflection of how the league's going to look. But yeah, we're definitely in control. Brilliant match. Real Madrid not in it. Not helped, of course, by that red card. But the match was really won before that. Let's give them more of the same next time. I agree with that. But an excellent result. Really good stuff. Really, really, really happy with that. And we end February with a nice smile on our face. Let's see how the other side's got on. Have we got a result? Yes, we have. Valencia beat Real Zaragoza, and Atletico have got Espanyol. We'll quickly have a look at how they get on. I'm going to send my assistant to that one. How did they get on? They only got a draw. Blimey. Blimey. So we're still 4 points clear of Valencia. We're 9 clear of Atletico and 14 clear of Madrid. Real, that is. I don't think it's going to be a Madrid club that win this at the end of the season. And surely Valencia can't win the league either. So we've got a really good chance. We've got 11 games to go. Let's have a look. What have we got till the end of the season? So we've got to play Valencia. That'll be an interesting match. We've got to play Atletico with 2 games to go. But looking at a lot of these, we've got 2 away matches in March, which worries me, against smaller sides. But I think we've got a good chance at winning this league. We'll be back tomorrow, as discussed, for the next match, the Copa del Rey semi-final, and then the second leg of the match against Bayern Munich. Chances are, if we get through to the Copa del Rey, that'll be somewhere about here. And then we'll have to see how we go in the Champions League. But we are still competing on all fronts. If we can still do the quadruple, can't we? That would be excellent. But I can't see it. I think we're going to pull short maybe in the Champions League. But, you know, they want us to win everything. They want us to win the Copa del Rey, win the league, and get to the final of the Champions League. No pressure there. We're really in the big leagues now. But those two games, really spot on, particularly that match against Real Madrid. If you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Also, comment your thoughts and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you for your company today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the return fixture against Real Madrid. Goodbye for now.